The Switch 2 is here! Kind of. Nice to meet you, I'm the last line of defense. If you've somehow made it all the way to me without hearing the news, then congratulations! The Switch 2 was announced today. After what feels like 8 years of rumors and leaks, we got the first official look at the sequel to the Switch, and honestly, why am I excited? I'm joking, of course. I am very excited, just not over the design. It's just bigger, you didn't miss much. No, it's everything else that gets me excited. So I figured I'd break down the information in case you missed it, since the trailer was perhaps intentionally not saying much. For starters, they promised full backwards compatibility and then immediately crossed out the word full. Digital and physical Switch games will be playable on this device, but it seems there may be some games that don't make the jump. Hard to say why, but hopefully this isn't as bad as the competitors. And aside from the Direct coming April 2nd to talk more about it, there was no other information about the console, at least on the surface. For one thing, when can we expect this to release? That is a tough question, and it all comes down to Pokemon. Well, and Metroid, but hold on a second. See, ever since the Pokemon Presents back in March last year, I've been a bit suspicious. After the trailer for Z, the phrase, "releasing simultaneously worldwide in 2025" displayed on screen. That's not actually that weird. The wording is off a bit, but they usually don't say for Switch, because Nintendo games always release on Nintendo consoles. But the thought was there in my head, and now we have the same vague date for the Switch 2. Add to that the fact that we haven't seen an ounce of gameplay, yes, we measure in ounces, and it's probably because it's releasing for the new console that they hadn't announced yet. The real problem is that those two release dates feel like they should be different, but maybe Game Freak is learning their lesson and letting the game cook for a little bit. Either way, with the first real news of the Switch 2 dropping in April, it probably won't release until around November. This gives it time to build up some official hype, but also releases it at a good time for the holiday season. Now, something else for Nintendo fans to speculate on, what will be on this console at launch? Well, aside from 1-2 Switch 2, which wouldn't be the dumbest name I've ever heard, clearly we're getting a new Mario Kart. I say clearly, but if you're like me, you needed a friend to point out that this is a new track. And lastly, we haven't had a new 3D Mario in 8 years, unless you count Bowser's Fury, which was fun, but not the longest experience in the Super Mario world. So based on that logic, we can assume, psych, it's Donkey Kong, baby! You heard it here first. Ignore the fact that they're re-releasing Returns and get on the hype train for Donkey Kong December! The video is over now! Maybe go check this one out! This video is dedicated to Onyx. Like and subscribe.